So do we get to talk about this AI thing? Because this is what we're up. So what we're up against, people.
No, but see, it's not a negative. It's a positive.
No, it is.
It's a wonder.
It is, but I want to bring it out in the way that, like, if you guys aren't aware of how AI is going to change our life in the next 5 to 10 years, like, hello,
I was talking
be aware.
about this yesterday. I view AI, it reminds me of when the internet was created. And I remember that. Hi, I'm Shannon. I help women navigate the world of business. I'm from New Jersey. I say water funny and coffee, according to my kids.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
I have been called bitchy and bossing.
Yeah. I'm Rhonda. I own a retail store. 2 years in, and I still question my sanity. But ultimately, I love it. One of the biggest things I've learned is kind of navigating the world of business, and that's where Shannon and I come together to talk about.
Figure it all out.
Yep.
It reminds me of when the internet was created. And I remember that. And everything changed. And it was in the late 80s, mid 90s or whatever. And it was the .com boom. Because all of a sudden we had an internet. And I don't know how it was out here, but the East Coast, there were a million companies who were doing these things that nobody understood, but they were doing it. They were in it. They were figuring it out.
Yeah.
Most of them didn't really survive because then the rest of the world catches on,
Sure.
but a lot of them did. I view AI now as it's the thing.
I'm excited about it, but I think people don't really realize.
I agree with you. We're in the business.
Yeah.
I'm deep in digital marketing, so I know exactly.
Yeah.
I use AI every day. Yeah. I told you about a product that I created.
And I need to be using AI, and I think more people need to know not to be so overwhelmed with it, but how they can utilize it simply.
Well, it's not simple, though.
I know.
See, you can utilize it simply. Oh, how many, can you give me the top 10 whatever in the country, right?
Well, yeah, we all do that daily now.
Right, you can do those questions. I don't think we all do that daily. None of my friends use AI. None of them.
What?
And I'm like,
don't they Google? Because now that you're on Google, it's AI search.
Right. But they're not actively, they're by default using it without realizing it.
Oh.
But if you go on ChatGPT or you go on Claude, which are my two favorites at this point, I use it every day. It's more of a, okay, so yesterday I need to make a flyer for a new product we have coming out. And it's internally for companies who are going to be using this product. And it just is like a 1 to 2 pager, what it is, why it's great, how it boosts conversion rates, that kind of stuff, right? I could write it all up, or I could talk like Shannon, and I type in, this is a product I have, this is what it does, I need to make this, da-da-da-da-da. It gives me the more professional way of talking. I still need to put it in Canva. I don't love the graphics AI produces. I think they look cheesy and
I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I think there's still going to be a lot of advancements in AI for video content making. Before long, 5 years, that's all it's going to be, right?
I'd say 5 years.
It's going to be amazing. Yep. I have a friend right now on Instagram that's using AI for almost all of her videos, and she's doing fantastic on it.
Now, is she using AI people?
No, it's interesting because she's a blogger, home decor blogger, and so she'll take like a room and put it into an AI app, and then it can change the wall color, it can change the furniture around, all that kind of stuff.
I've done that with my house. I did that with my bedroom. Yeah. Remember, I came to your store and I bought that big tapestry.
Yeah.
Which I love, by the way. It's phenomenal. I put it up, and then my bedroom didn't look right with it. So I AI'd it, and then I painted the walls, and I did a couple things. Yeah. Oh, no, I love that. I think for businesses, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, AI is going to get rid of marketing. Fuck no, it's not. It only helps us do things faster.
It does, but what's really cool about AI that I'm liking for people obsessed with their own business and they have control of it is you showing up exactly who you are day after day is what matters at the end, because we're going to always have AI. We're going to have AI bots that are out there selling product and doing things that we are doing now, right? Well, if we still focus on ourselves and giving great customer service, showing up how we are, we're not losing anything.
Absolutely not. Not only that,
because people want that connection.
Not losing it. I look at it like if I want to build a she shed, which I don't know, maybe I do. Anyway, if I want to build a she shed, well, 100 years ago, I would have had a hammer, a saw, whatever, right?
Figured it out yourself.
I would have figured it out. Now, the tools to build something like that are so much more advanced, and it's so much easier to do. Well, it still started in my brain. I want to build a she shade. This is what I want it to look like. I just have better tools to make my ideas, my passions, my creativity, put it into action. And I look at AI that way. It still has to start within our human brain. Only you know where you are weak within your business, and only you know how to solve that problem. Yeah, you can ask AI, but let's remember, AI, as creative as it wants to be, it's not creating new ideas.
No.
It's going based upon what has already been created. And obviously, a lot of people say, well, there are no new ideas. That's a lie. There are always new ideas. As we have more tools and everything in this world.
The human brain is always advancing. Always. I mean,
so
look at Elon Musk. He's taking those ideas and bringing them to market. And
my son does not like him. And I don't know why. He's 17. He doesn't like him for whatever reason. And I'm able to separate the personal from the business, because I know his personal life, I guess, is a shit show.
Right. But
I love the fact that there's no fear in that man. Nothing, you know what I mean? I'm assuming he obviously thinks of something and says, all right, now I'm going to do it. And 90% of us, we stop right there with the fear.
We do. He comes from this background. Do you know about his father and his... Okay, you look into it. That's phenomenal. So what he does, he was born into this way of bringing things to market, bringing things forward. So not all of these...
It's natural to him.
It is. And not all of these are his ideas, obviously.
Of course not.
Right? He knows how to work the system. And I think he is absolutely brilliant in that he has sold his ideas to the government, and they back it.
Because why not? Well, most of us are like, well, I can't do that. I don't know.
It's a money grab.
You know what I mean?
Friggin' amazing. He's brilliant.
Right. But a lot of us are like, ooh, you know where this would be good? And then they don't go any further. Instead of picking up the phone and just call the fucking president of the company. What's he going to do? Say no? Okay, no. Goodbye.
I know.
Or think
so
about
emotionally
who
attached.
you know. And this goes back to what I was saying. If you keep yourself and you react to negative situations and you react with grace and class and don't burn bridges and don't backtalk.
Whoops.
When you...
I might have screwed up yesterday, just saying.
When you do need to reach out and you have created good relationships within your industry, whatever your industry is, then when you do make that call, they'll answer the phone.
Yeah.
But if you have left a trail of bullshit in your wake... or you have burned the bridges, you're cutting yourself off from growth because you can't tap into these resources that you once had.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to really think about the decisions you make and how you react. But the fear, I mean, we're all going to die. What the fuck are you afraid of? I mean,
like that idea right there. And it could be sooner rather than later. So why are you sitting on your hands afraid to move forward?
I had a friend who passed away 2 weeks ago. He was 53.
Oh, that's young.
He had pancreatic cancer.
Oh, wasn't that a slow-going cancer?
Well, no, it's you don't know you have it until it's too late. Let's put it that way.
Okay,
it's one of those.
One of those.
No, that's a quickie.
Oh.
Let's 3 to 6 months. They gave him 6 months, 5 weeks.
Oh.
Okay.
Poor dear.
So what are you fucking waiting for?
Yeah.
And he worked his whole life at the same company. He has 3 boys. You know, he's never. So what are you waiting for? The fear. What are you worried?
Are you afraid of what your family's going to say?
No, I think people are afraid of looking foolish or failing or having people talk about them behind their back. I'm going to tell you,
I can agree with that.
People are going to fucking talk about you behind your
100%.
back no matter what you do.
That's right.
They will lie about you. And the bigger you get, and the more people know you, the smaller your circle gets.
But you have to continue to dream big, because that's the one thing that's going to push you through all of that.
Wonderful. Absolutely.
Right?
But dreaming big will shrink your circle.
Yes.
Doing big will shrink it even more.
And you have to be okay with that.
Right. And you have to be okay with that. That's why you know who your circle is. Keep them tight. Everybody else have professional business ethics, have low expectations.
It's like grin and bear it.
You know? But if you're passionate about what you're doing, you're going to keep doing it. And this is where the people who, if this is too much for you, it doesn't mean you're bad. It doesn't mean you suck. Some people it's just too much for. And I understand that. We all come from different experiences and different lives and different whatever. But realistically, you can get through anything.
Yeah.
The world's not going to fall apart around you. People will be pissed at you or not like you no matter what you do. So you might as well do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Thank you.
As long as you're not hurting someone else. Why not?
Do it.
If you fail, you fail. Who the fuck cares?
You're going to figure it out.
We've all failed.
We do.
You go through transitions. You go, okay.
That didn't work. Okay.
That didn't work. Now what do I do? But I learned from this.
Yeah.
And that's hard. But
I think we have so much learning, even if we don't do the business or that thing.
Every part of life is like that.
It is all parts of our lives with relationships, our families. So you know what? Why not take the risk?
Right.
Because you're going to have to experience it.
Right. And you don't want to be, I wish I had done this.
Know.
You don't want to be, I thought there would be more time. Or, oh my gosh, you know, again, it's a dirty business being a human being. And it's not fucking fair and bad shit happens.
Yes.
But in the midst of the bad shit happening, you can make good shit happen too.
Yes, you can. I think when you just
like right
tap
now we're
into
sitting
that
here
following.
Talking. This is wonderful. I love doing this.
I do too.
You know what I mean? But we made it happen.
Yeah.
We could have 0 people listening, but we're learning from each other right now.
I do. I've learned so much from you. It's interesting because my girlfriend, I was on the phone with her this morning and she goes, okay, tell me about this podcast. And I'm like, okay, I've known Shannon since I've opened the store. And I've heard a little bit about how she's ran med spas and helped women do this. But I really didn't know much about the nit and gritty until I got closer into understanding that how she really helps women, you know. And I just, to this point, I'm like, you know, it's definitely a meant to be situation, because I've needed your how you can change my perspective. I tend to look at things, I come at such a negative outlook, right? I'm so used to this victim mentality, or this like, oh, it's so hard, and it feels like it's been such a struggle. But
it's not a struggle, it's a gift.
Well, I know, but here you are showing that to me, and then that shows it to the world through this podcast. Like, it is. We have to change
we have the ability and the freedom to do these things, and not everybody does. Right. I mean, we're lucky enough to have been born in this country with opportunities.
We do.
It doesn't mean life's going to be fair.
No.
Because what the fuck does that mean anyway? You know, life is what it is. But I think it's a gift. It's a gift even to go through these difficult transitions and be disappointed by people, because you learn. I don't get I don't get angry really at people.
Okay.
I get disappointed. I get like, wow.
I expected a little more.
I expected more. And not expected you not to make the decision you made, or
Right.
meaning you or someone else. But let's have a conversation about it, because we've been together, and
That's the part that blows my mind sometimes, is when you have a relationship with somebody and you thought there was an openness, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's this connection that we have this easy free flow, and then that doesn't happen. At the end of the day,
But you know what also? That I look at myself, because if I haven't created a situation where that person feels comfortable coming to me, now it could be that person knows they did something wrong and they're not, and they're just being afraid. But realistically, if I haven't created a situation, again, where that person feels comfortable saying, hey, I know this isn't what we talked about or we planned, and I know I'm putting you in a difficult position, this is where I'm at. Then that's why haven't I? Now, Maddie tells me that I'm intimidating to people. I don't think, look, Rhonda's like, I can see that a little bit.
Well, the thing is, I have the same problem.
Yeah, I can see that.
Uh-huh. And
you don't, but aren't you like, what do you mean?
no, I know I'm intimidating to people, and I don't know if I know how to change that.
Well, I don't think you can. How can you change that? I think the intimidation comes with the fact that you're confident. I think it comes with the fact that you are mouthy and loud. I love it. I think it's great. But it's great. It's living. You're living.
I know.
You're
I have
putting it
this
out there.
Yeah, I have this like every day, this little boiling inside of me. It's just like, ooh, like I have it right now. I won't have life forever.
Right.
So I'm going to do this.
Right. But I think I don't think you can change that, but you can adjust. I mean, because when we're younger, we definitely say shit we shouldn't say, maybe hurt people's feelings. I think as we get older, we learn to be like more introspective, and at least I try to be more introspective and more, okay, where is this person coming from? Taking the observer kind of perspective.
Yes.
I love taking the observer out, stepping outside myself.
Fascinating.
And saying, okay, if I'm looking at this situation from an observer, and I'm looking at what I know from this person. Now, I don't know everything. I don't know what goes on in people's houses. Who the fuck knows? Maybe they got in a fight with their husband. Then I don't know.
Right.
From what I know, and I'm looking at how I've acted, I can't see how other people see me.
Right.
We don't have the ability to do that. But from what I'm told, what can I learn from this?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's all you can do. But I don't think you can change the core of who you are. You know, you have 5 kids. They were born and they had their fucking personalities, didn't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really wouldn't want them to change. All you look at is maybe they could cultivate that.
Grow.
To use that to their advantage.
And I love that. Because I think we have traditionally and historically been told to tamp down your uniqueness, tamp down the thing that makes you you, instead of cultivating, yes, you're mouthy, yes, you're this, yes, you're that. Good, you're on social media 24/7. That's helped your business a fucking lot.
I know.
Okay? Or,
right. I see what you
my
mean.
fucking super ass geeky nerdiness, which I always tamped down because I was Coach Hayes' daughter and we were athletes and popular and frat and all that kind of, college people. Nobody in my family did any nerdy geeky stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So not consciously tapped it down. It wasn't cultivated.
Sure.
And I think if we cultivate those uniquenesses with our children, and I'm saying this because I have 3 children on the spectrum, and they have amazing uniquenesses that are very beneficial to this world.
Yes.
And I didn't do it with my first 2 because I was young as fuck and shouldn't have even been taking care of children, you know what I mean? But with my third, who I was much older when I had him, I had the wisdom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I said to him yesterday, because he wants to be in the military, and he's looking for apartments in Japan for when he graduates high school, because that's where he wants to live. And I said to him, I just want you to be happy.
Yeah.
Now, there are things you're going to have to do in order to be able to make these dreams come true.
Sure.
They just don't happen. It takes work. But, you know, now in my brain, I'm like, don't leave me.
I know.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible. But I want him to be happy. I'm like, you know. So we talk about what he's really good at, what he doesn't like to do. And I'm not going to push him to do things that he doesn't like to do because he's never going to be good at it. Ever.
Wow, that's great. Yeah.
Are you good at shit you don't like to do? No.
All right.
You got to tap into the shit that you love.
Yeah.
That's-
but I mean, you're still going to have to do things you don't like to do. But ultimately,
to support the shit you love.
Exactly.
To support the stuff
yeah.
you love. So if you tap into what you love, you figure out, can you monetize this? Can
Yes.
you make it a business? Is it a hobby? It's okay, whatever the answer is.
Yes.
And yeah, there are things you have to spend money to order. My friend Lisa likes to do these crafty things. I was in Jersey. I stayed at her house for a while, and she sits for 4 hours on a Sunday and watches crafting videos and
Wow.
does paper craft. Oh, that looked like torture to me.
Yeah.
She loves it. So now she has to order stuff. So there are tasks you have to do to make sure that happens.
Yeah.
So there's always stuff you don't want to do.
Yeah.
And she does it. And I was like, this is the most boring. I'm going out for a run. I can't handle this. This is horrible. I thought it was horrible. But she shows me her stuff. It's beautiful.
Right.
Ugh. I mean, I'm not a
Right. So
I'm
now,
not a crafty person.
let's take it one step further. And it's like she wants to change her business. Let's just say she's like, you know what? I need
This
a
is-
change.
right.
That's what she could do. She can create a
Right.
YouTube video channel doing those exact crafts because there's something so satisfying.
You are so funny.
I love it.
Because I said the same thing, and she's like, Shannon, I'm not going to make a business out of this. I'm just enjoying it. Because I was like, you know what you could do?
Yes.
This is how our brains work.
If somebody has a passion that they love doing, I'm like, make it into a business.
Yes.
And they're like, Mom or, you know, Rhonda. And you're just like,
I do the same thing.
Yes.
My son loves World War II. He knows everything about literally
He
every.
could teach that on the internet.
Thank you. I've been telling him that for 4 years.
I
He's like,
know.
I don't want to do that.
But I want to learn it.
I said, but
I want-
you can do history for kids.
History for adults.
Right. Oh, no, he won't do it. Oh, I've been trying to get him to do a YouTube.
I know, because YouTube's still a thing. It's
Oh,
still
YouTube's
YouTube
going-
Shorts. Great.
YouTube is growing. If
Yep.
you're in business, do shorts.
Yes.
Please.